We need to think about thinking. Without a doubt, one of the biggest issues our nation is facing today is the crisis of humanity and human rights. The left claims to be a champion of human rights, but let's talk about the source of human rights. In our nation, we are endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We find that in the Declaration of Independence. But what happens when the left doesn't believe in God? Where do your rights come from? The left has bought into a philosophy called humanism. Humanism is built on this underlying assumption that there is no God. Humanity is all that there is. But then that only goes so far with globalization because everybody has different ideas. So how do you reconcile the ideas in a globalized world? The left has turned to nature. Nature is all that there is to them. There is no God that created the world. The world just is. Well, in a world like that, if nature is all that there is, what are the sources of your human rights? Science is the answer that they give us. Therefore, you use science to determine right and wrong. But what's interesting is the left has taken the position that science says we are overpopulated. Now, if we're overpopulated, what's the right thing to do? How do you save the planet if we're overpopulated? Who's the enemy of the planet if we're overpopulated? That's the people. To the left, we produce and consume too much. We consume more than nature can regenerate. So we have to have a managed decline. I think that's what these masks are all about. I think that's what this COVID lockdown is all about. Why is it that the left wants to keep our nation locked down? In fact, the whole world locked down. It's the progressives that want to keep it locked down. God says in Genesis 1:28, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and use it. It's the exact opposite of the position that the left takes. It's the antithesis. When you're talking about the antithesis of God, the antithesis of Christ, you're talking about the Antichrist.